We gotta do it again.
We are 5, 4, 3, 2,
Noah.
Noah. Oh, we just went.
How convenient, right?
Noah.
Noah.
No AC. And we're back.
And we're back.
Hey, baby, we're back. Welcome, everybody, back to the TMC4JMC show.
Pieces.
So, it is time for the J Spot. But before we get into the J Spot, I have an introductory song for the J Spot.
No, you don't. I haven't heard this before.
It's world premiere.
Yeah, okay.
I love my baby. J Spot.
You worked on this yourself?
That was it.
Wow, thank you.
I love my baby J Spot.
Okay, I'll take it.
J Spot.
Did you work on that a long time?
No.
No?
Nah, it just comes to me like that.
You can tell.
Like, you know,
It's good.
I love my baby.
Okay.
J Spot.
This is J Spot.
That's J Spot, yo.
Well, today on the J Spot.
Right on the J Spot?
Right on the J Spot.
Okay. J marks the spot. Ooh, J marks the spot.
You are so weird.
You don't like that one? J marks the spot?
It's okay.
It's just okay.
It's okay.
All right. Let's go. What we got on the J Spot?
Yeah, I kind of like the J Spot better.
Okay. No. Yeah, I guess so. It'll be, but you know, I'm talking about for like an introduction to the J Spot.
I think it's a work in progress.
J marks the spot. Well, what you got?
As far as the J Spot goes?
Mm-hmm.
Like-
You just down with like, hey, it's the J Spot, and then you just start spitting.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna keep it simple. Spit.
So you've heard about these PPP loans that businesses have been getting.
Yep.
Okay.
Player.
And I'm sure people have heard about regular people getting PPP loans,
I know, right?
which most likely a lot of them are fraudulent. Investigations are starting to find this out, and they carry a hefty fine for those who have received funds and are not eligible for them and have fraudulently applied and received them.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently there's a bunch of small businesses that applied, several, unrelated, that applied for PPP loans, been approved, got the money.
Okay.
They're not real businesses.
Of course.
Which is, it's funny because you can tell that people don't there aren't people that really review these applications because, some of the ones I was looking at had weird business names that make no sense. Off the top of my head, I can't just pick one, but anybody who reads these things got to be looking at it like.
Well, okay. So, what was just a quick? We don't have to go deep into it. If I wanted to get a PPP loan at the time, what did I physically have to do?
Well, you have to meet certain requirements of the SBA.
But that's regardless of what I have to meet. What do I physically have to do? Obviously, I can't just sit at home and say, hey, I want a PPP loan, and somebody's going to come to my house and say, hey, you want a PPP loan?
You go online and you apply for it. And,
Okay.
A lot of times you don't have to walk into a bank. You get approved online like you would with a credit card or, most nowadays you can get approved online for a loan without walking into a bank.
So it was completely not in person.
That's right.
For the most part, it could.
That's correct.
Oh, I thought that in order to get one of those things, you had to actually be in with a bank or a lending facility.
You don't have to be. Now,
okay.
There are online banks that provide funding if you are approved through those online banks. Then if you're not approved, you can go a different route and you can go to some of your local institutions will offer PPP
So these
loans.
think they were giving them
And
sight
you can
unseen.
And some businesses, local businesses who've had local banks they do business with for a very long time, they just feel comfortable going in there and applying for those loans. But if you're able to go online and apply for your shit, lots of people do, And
So people were getting these things, you would say, pretty much sight unseen. It's not
sight unseen. They were making up information to fit the question. They were probably making up documents.
Do you know if you had to actually mail anything in?
You probably had to upload something. I would be. Nowadays, if you do it online, everything gets uploaded. Documents can be uploaded. The e-signature is allowed. So you can get away with pretty much anything.
So-
a lot of things can be falsified.
Do you know if it was like, because I can't see. Well, man, let me stop. Maybe I'm being naive, but too many people having access to falsify what is necessary to falsify. So give me an example. Do you know of one example of something that they would have had to falsify?
Probably wage income
Okay.
statements, maybe in employee statements.
And that's not like that's
It's not that hard.
it's not like those are official documents. You get what I'm saying?
They're internal records. They're a
Yeah,
company's
exactly.
internal records.
Exactly.
They're
Not checked until you have a reason to check them.
exactly. So I don't know how much deeper. I really don't know how much, but internal company documents are not that hard to produce.
Yeah. And even if you wanted to make up a company, you would make up a company. And you
Yeah.
would make up company documents.
Exactly. Apparently, there's no credit check to these things because a newly made up company,
Yeah.
how does that get approved? So yeah. So and it doesn't matter how big your loan was.
Oh, okay.
Even if your loan was $5,000, it's still fraudulent. You defrauded the United States, which is a crime.
Which is a super crime.
It's a super crime. There is no way. Now they will come for you. They will come for you. Just so you know. Spend now, make it rain, because they will come for you. That is for sure. They are cracking down. They are cracking down. I don't know if they're kicking down doors.
Why did I get the sense that you weren't talking to me at a time? You was actually talking to.
So you know who you are. We didn't apply for PPP loans,
No,
so
we did not.
we did this all on our own backs through the pandemics.
Yeah, we held it down, and you know what? We probably could have qualified for.
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
We were naive.
people
and
have qualified for less, so
fools. We were the fools.
yeah, absolutely. Silly us for being so damn honest.
All that damn paperwork and bookkeeping we did, and we didn't even
I
take
know.
advantage of it.
But for all of those who thought y'all gonna be smart trying to get away with this, especially after the whole PPP forgiveness, y'all ain't getting forgiven.
So just to wrap it up a little bit, in terms of what exactly is the you said you had to qualify for something. All right. So we know what they would have had to falsify, but what's an example of something legit that they would have had to have in order to legitimately get a PPP loan?
I would assume probably, like I said, payroll records,
Okay, so they would.
profit and loss statements.
So basically, what you're saying is, for payroll records would mean they have employees and they have payroll employees that they pay, and for profit and loss is business that they're doing.
Right.
So it's not like you can go back and you can, what's the word, back retroactively make your documents
Right.
to show that you've been paying
Exactly.
someone, especially since by this time you should have already paid those federal taxes on those employees that you've been paying.
Exactly, because I think it was based on your 2019 business taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you falsified records, and if they were true, then yeah, you didn't pay your federal taxes.
But even then, if they gave that to you on your 2019 records, that's the reason why they gave it to you. But right now, they want to know what the hell did you do with it in 2020 and early 2021.
Oh yeah. Now that you have to actually,
so if you
to be forgiven for it, you
Yeah.
have to actually show where it all went.
Exactly. So if you faked the company and then you went out and you turned up, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have to now show what you did in 2020, who you paid in 2020, who you
Absolutely.
paid early 2020, 21. So you can't, it's going to be crazy just to have to say, let's say they gave you a $5,000 loan. I guess you can go and say you paid somebody $5,000 last year, but
Yeah, but
who's going to say, yeah, tell them that you paid me?
exactly. Yeah. And then you get taxed for it.
Yeah.
You didn't claim that shit on your taxes. You made income, and you're getting somebody else to take the fall for you. Yeah, no, and it's not the United States doesn't take this lightly. They're pissed about this shit. They're coming for all these people, and there's no way to avoid jail time.
I feel like it was a setup.
A setup on whose part?
I feel like it was an inevitable setup. Like, meaning like, I don't do conspiracy theories.
Kind of starting to sound like one.
But I feel like it was like, hey, we know a certain demographic is going to do certain things to get this money, rightfully or wrongfully. Not everybody turned up. Some people might have gotten it and did some right things, but they got it through false means.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it was so easy to get. It's almost entrapment in some ways. It's the same as taking the box truck full of Jordans, you feel me, and parking it unlocked in the hood.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I don't think it was a setup. I think it wasn't thought out. Same as the first stimulus checks that went out. I don't think it was thought out because so much went wrong during the first rounds. And I think these PPP loans just weren't thought out. I think they made the availability criteria too easy.
But if they didn't think it out, and if they made the availability criteria too easy, they're not coming back and saying, hey, if you met the criteria, regardless of how easy or hard it was, if you met it, you still owe us that money back. No, if you met it, you good. But if you falsified things to get it, then you're not good. But they made it so easy to falsify the things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Like, once again, it's you take. They used
Did
to
they make it hustler proof?
No, I ain't even saying that. See, maybe once again, I'm from a place where they have taken a truck and the cops, and they packed that truck with Jordans, and they parked that truck in the hood, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I still don't see it as that kind of setup.
Unlocked, and then they waited for young kids to fucking notice that, oh, there's Jordan in there. Go in there, record them getting those Jordans out, and then they went and packed them all up, and now they got them for petty larceny. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's once again, it's one of those entrapment situations. So I don't think, I know what you're saying, where you say, I don't think that was, to what end? I would ask. I don't know to what end. You know what I'm saying? I could go even further with my, conspiracy theory if I choose to, if I want to let my imagination run. But it just feels as if it would be great if we lived in a society where you could have the door to Fort Knox open and nobody would go in there. But we don't. And they obviously know that we don't. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they coming after people harder for this shit than they are for people who are spitting on people and on airplanes.
Yeah, well, apparently it's a major thing to defraud the United States, so.
All right, I guess so.
I guess flight attendants aren't as important, aren't high up there on the list.
I mean, I guess set up or not, don't do it. Don't do the crime, man. Set up or not.
To me, it doesn't sound like a setup. It just doesn't. It just sounds like they were taken advantage of.
Who was taken advantage of?
The government. They put these things out there that weren't monitored, and there were people that are smart enough to take advantage of it.
But now those people will have run the risk of going to jail.
Absolutely, they do.
So once again, it's I'm going to send you to jail for my mistake.
Well,
what do you call that?
But it's your. But you're the one that decided to defraud it. You didn't have to go in there.
No, but once again, I get what you're saying. But once again, there still lies the whole. It didn't even dawn on me to even try. I didn't think that we would even qualify for it. So it didn't even dawn on me to even think about it until it was well too late that I was like, you know what? Let's see if we would qualify. We went in, we found out it was too late. We found out all the things that we needed to qualify. And I think we just started a little too late. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it was. Yeah,
that's all it was. We were like months.
We meet the date criteria.
Yeah, exactly. We was like a month or two out of it.
Yep.
You feel me? But it didn't, once again, before then, I just didn't think that we would qualify. So once we found out that it took to qualify, that kind of is what inspired this segment here. But as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, once again, last year, cats were hurting, bro.
They were.
Cats were hurting. And the government knew cats were hurting, and everybody knew cats were hurting, and then so you give out these other things, the money, and then you set this situation up, and there are some people who could legitimately get this stuff but didn't necessarily need it. See, they didn't set up a criteria for the need. They just set up the criteria for the ability to get it.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. For me, when you add in all the other, I feel it was like it was just a big ass net they just gonna throw out there. It was almost like, hey, we need to clean up some of the connery that's going on.
That's pretty deep. That's
You
a pretty
know what I'm
deep
saying?
conspiracy, though.
Like maybe it was like, hey, we know that there are 100,000 people out there Cash App scamming and credit card scamming, and if they doing all that, it's a good possibility that they're gonna jump on this. You feel me?
Yeah, but do you think that the people who did take out these loans without qualification, do you think that all of them are scammers?
Not at their core. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to say is that, yeah, there are some people that they were going to take advantage of this without a doubt. Pandemic or no pandemic, they were going to take advantage of this. You know what I'm saying? And they probably taking advantage of other things. But then there were some people who probably just got caught up in the, hey, this is a way for us to make money because my business or my bidness, you know what I'm saying? They might have even had a real business that they were trying to get off the ground. You feel me? And they saw how easy it was and they took advantage of it. You feel me? And now they run the risk of getting caught up in the same punishment as the full-on con people.
Yeah.
But then that same person, I like to think of things sometimes not necessarily in good and evil, black and white, but they're the gray. So let's say this is the line. There's a company that's right there that didn't qualify. Take us. Maybe we could have used some fucking PPP.
Yeah.
We didn't. But let's say we said, you know what? Let's fudge our books and change our dates or whatever it is that we had to do so that we got it. It would have benefited us. But then on the other side of the line, there is a company that made all the qualifications, but they didn't fucking need it.
I mean, a lot of that had happened, too.
A lot of that had happened, which was the problem with the first PPP. It went to these billion-dollar companies that clearly didn't need it. And they were filing taxes and they didn't need it. It was shown that they didn't need it.
Sure.
So you got that same company on the other side that legally qualified for it, but didn't need it. But still took advantage of it. So that's my point. If you want to look at it as good or bad, you're basically giving privilege for the one that could. You know what I'm saying? And disenfranchisement for the one that couldn't, but still had the need. You feel me? So there should be a something, you know what I'm saying, to help those in need, stop those in greed. You know what I'm saying?
That's going to be tough.
It's always going to be tough. And I feel like this was a something that was done with the understanding that we also going to catch a lot of flies with this. You know what I mean? Like, once again, if they do a sting in a neighborhood, sometimes they catch the guy that was just going out there to buy that dime bag that day.
Yeah. I know.
He ain't slanging, he ain't banging.
Exactly. He just come home from work and he wants something to chill with.
It was something to chill with, and he got caught up in this.
I get it.
And he probably got his ass whooped by the cops the worst.
Yep.
You feel me?
I get it. I totally get it.
So, and you know, he didn't even, and that was just that. The one kid that was walking home that day in his old beat up, you know, old sneakers, and he saw some other homies like, yo, dude, they got a truck over there with Jordans. And he was like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm just going to take a peek. And now he's getting his ass, you know, destroyed too. So, you know.
I know. Sometimes those peaks will get you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you know.
Well, I'm sure we'll probably, once they start, because this is going to be like one of those things, I think, where we hear like, all these people have been taken down for PPP fraud. I think in the next coming months, we'll probably start hearing something about it.
Yeah, I want to look like the minimum, you know, like.
Oh, the minimum. So you can pretty much, you pretty much are facing like multiple charges.
Oh my God.
Because a lot of these were done online. So, there's making false statements to the SBA, conspiracy to defraud the United States, making false statements to the executive branch, false statements to a bank.
Oh man.
Wire fraud, bank fraud, the major fraud. So the minimum is like a fine of $5,000 and up to 2 years in prison.
I mean, I get it, the concept here. And I'm not, once again, it's the same as, okay, when you're going to a courthouse, when you go in, you walk through tons of fucking metal detectors. You might even get patted down. You might do whatever before you get into the courthouse or the bank or the major, whatever the fuck. And if you get in there and you still, through all that, you still manage to shoot the judge, you're guilty for shooting a judge. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't matter. You shouldn't be any less guilty because you weren't required to do all that, go through all the metal detectors. This courthouse just said, yeah, go on in. Mm-hmm. Even if they said, go on in and shoot the judge. If you go in there and you shoot the judge, I get it. You're guilty and you should be punished.
Right.
I totally get it. And we can equate that to this.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make any sense. It's no different if you ran into the bank with the piece and you said, yo, hand me the money. Put the money in the bag. Nobody gets hurt. Do they still do that?
No. Oh, maybe.
Maybe, I guess.
What do I know? I don't rob banks.
Yeah. Apparently, they just go online now.
Exactly. They're robbing a bank.
Do you think they put on like a mask while they were going to go do it? With a mask on?
If I ever go to do anything devious like that, I'm totally wearing a whole...
Put on like Catwoman.
Yeah, I'm going to like totally put wings on. I'm going to draw wings. And yeah, I'm going to do my hair. You won't even recognize me, which is the point.
I'm going to wait outside in the car with the car running.
Yes.
So the moment you hit send, just run outside.
Absolutely.
You just run outside, hop in the car.
And
I'll peel out.
And we'll go for a blunt ride.
Yeah. Then come back home. I wait for the cops, apparently.
Yeah, and I got to get all that makeup off my face and start to itch after a while.
But yeah, so that's all I'm saying. It's just like, look, I get it. If nobody asked you to fucking take the loan. It doesn't matter how easy it is. You still did it. But it gotta suck, man, to be sitting here sweating. Cops might be coming because
absolutely
you did something and you talked to a computer, bro. You didn't even talk to a human being.
A lot of people don't realize that when you're doing something financial like that over the internet, that it is considered wire fraud, which is a pretty big deal. A lot of people go down for wire fraud because it's so broadly based.
Yeah, exactly.
And in our era, everything is digitally controlled.
Yep.
So, and these fines are, of course, it's going to, you're going to be
people will apply
sentenced according to the size of your loan.
People were applying to these things on their damn phone.
Oh, yeah.
There were Facebook ads and Instagram ads like, get your PPP loan in 60 seconds. Did you know that so-and-so was getting PPP loans? And
exactly.
I'm sure you saw them in your stream. And it was like, yo, what the hell?
And if it's more like, say, you and a couple friends put this together, it's actually considered conspiracy. So they're going to get caught on that shit too. That carries like 30 years. Well, you can get fined. The maximum is $5 million in 30 years.
You got 5 G's. You spent that already. So what's else in the
And
spot?
ignorance does not get you off. So you're going to have to find good legal counsel to come up with a better defense. So
you heard it here first.
That's right. Good luck, bitches.
So what's in the spot?
Guys, it's JMC here from TMC4JMC show. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe down below.
If not, we're gonna kill you. Nah.
We're not.
Love it, baby.
I gotta do it again.